Good morning, Rebels, and welcome back to my life. Wow, so the last grammar vlog was really well liked, and many of you requested that I do more of that, so here we go. Today we're going to talk about the semicolon, perhaps the most feared punctuation mark of all time. There's a lot of confusion about the semicolon out there in the world that I'm told exists outside my office. Part of the confusion is that its name means half a colon, but its function in grammar is completely different from that of a colon, so well done on crappy naming, grammarians. It was called a semicolon because some stuffy British guy decided that the top half of it, the dot, was the top half of a colon placed on top of a comma. Of course, it would be much more accurate and useful to say that it's a period placed on top of a comma. That would give us a greater approximation of what a semicolon actually does. It's a pause that's greater than a comma but smaller than a period. And if that were the case, we'd be calling it a semi-period or maybe a semi-stop, but since we've been calling it a semicolon for a few hundred years now, we're kind of stuck with it. Okay, let's talk function. The most common use of a semicolon is to join two independent clauses without having to use a coordinating conjunction. Once again, an independent clause is just a group of words that could stand as a sentence on its own, and a coordinating conjunction is this list of fanboys words here, which does not include then. When you've got two independent clauses, like say, Garrett wants to go see Captain America, and he hasn't been to the movies for a while, a comma isn't strong enough to join them. So you can use a comma and a coordinating conjunction, or you can just use a semicolon. If you use a semicolon, you specifically do not use a coordinating conjunction. That is against the rules. So why use a semicolon instead of a comma and a coordinating conjunction? Well, a semicolon is considered to build a stronger bond between your independent clauses. This means you use it when you want to strengthen the connection between those groups of words in your reader's mind, and you specifically do not use it when the two clauses have nothing to do with each other. In the example, Garrett likes pink bubble baths. The color helps him relax. The semicolon strengthens the bond between those two independent clauses, which are related to each other. But in the example, Garrett likes to bench press, he's also a compulsive liar, you wouldn't use a semicolon because those two independent clauses have nothing to do with each other. Unless I'm lying about liking bench pressing. There's two other important uses of a semicolon. The first is when you've got a sentence that's got too many commas already, but the parts of it are all connected. When in Rome, I like to sneak into the Colosseum and I pretend I'm a gladiator. The sentence has too many commas and it's just kind of awkward anyway, so the strength of that second comma would be enhanced by removing the conjunction and replacing the comma with a semicolon, like this. When in Rome, I like to sneak into the Colosseum. I pretend I'm a gladiator. The final use of the semicolon is as a sort of super comma, when you're making a list of nouns that themselves contain commas. You'll see this most often when people are listing names of places, like so. I've been to strange foreign cities like Paris, France, Barcelona, Spain, and Keokuk, Iowa. And there you go, those are all the ways you can use a semicolon. When you look at it like that, not so terrifying, is it? Consider that one more tool in your belt to help speak more clearly to your reader. That's it for today's grammar lesson, Rebels. On Tuesday, I'm releasing my 5-minute books review of White Space, and until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!